Doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about how to maintain a long distance relationship. And I'm not going to give you an extravagant list or specific things to do, but I'm going to go over with you, my experiences, how myself and Jessa have done it, and maybe these experiences will work for you. Starting off, communication is key. And a lot of people have this idea that excessively communicating is a bad thing. And I guess you could say excessive communication is, but then let's define excessive. What's excessive? I really think it depends on the relationship. So like me and Jessa, we talk every day. She messages me or calls me in the morning before the gym. I message her throughout the day when I can. And, we try to keep in communication as much as we can, but I don't see that as excessive. But some people would. Maybe that's not the type of people you are or, the type of person you want to be dealing with. But I personally know that the reason why me and Jessa work out so well is because we do communicate. We have that trust and, that clarity where, she knows basically my routine and she has a routine as well. Well, we don't put ourselves in situations that could, make one another skeptical or anything like that because, if we can avoid or mitigate any kind of skepticism, that's ideal. So communication is a huge key with any relationship. That's whether you have a business relationship, a friendship, or a relationship. It goes hand in hand with all the ships that come with it. Another one, I know something we do a lot is we found something to connect with. So for me, fitness has always been a huge part of my life, and she knew that, and she was into it, too, but not to the extent that I am. I'm a 6 days a week, 1 day off kind of guy. And so she ended up, of course we met in Japan, and I brought her to the gym, and what do you know? She likes it. And that's huge, finding a base to connect. We have religion, and that's a long story because I never was I haven't always been super active in my religion like I am now, but she also helped with that, and that's just another base that we can relate to. But we both really clicked with fitness, and we live a healthy lifestyle. We enjoy the gym. It's a great stress reliever. It's a great place to go instead of hitting a bottle like some people do when they're stressed. What do? I see this all the time in the military, and even when I was out of the military, people have a hard time, they're stressed, and they think that their problems can be solved by getting to the bottom, of an alcoholic beverage, and that's not the case. A depressant isn't going to antidepress you, so it just doesn't work. So you have to find something constructive. And I think that's a big deal. I think when someone has a hard time or they're depressed or they have anxiety about their spouse or life isn't going the way they want it to, they have the idea that they can take the easy way out. And, alcohol is a temporary solution, but it never will solve your problems. It'll just make everything worse. And I know you all watching this know that that's true. Drinking socially is perfectly acceptable. However, to bury your problems, it is not. So me and Jessa choose not to drink, and I think that's awesome. We chose that healthy lifestyle, that healthy path in life, and we just don't want those kind of problems. And it's great that we don't have to worry about that, because I don't know about you, but I have been in past relationships where the other person is alcoholic, and it's just not good. It's very destructive, and we don't want any part of that, so we keep that away from our relationship. I want to touch base on this one because it is important for, I guess, a lot of Americans. it's going to sound silly, but it's not. Pictures or little videos or little things throughout the day. So I love getting like a picture from Jessa. You know, if you're attracted, sexually attracted, and you have that spark, keeping it alive is extremely important. Talking is great, but seeing each other is a whole nother thing. And people might think it's silly, but I think to keep a spark alive and have that affection when you're far apart, you need that type of intimacy. And you guys can agree or disagree. It's my opinion. It works for us. So I, of course, you know, like to see her reaction if I send her like a gym picture or, you know, something where I look nice or something like that, because she can see that I'm working hard to stay in shape or to look good for her. Or, you know, it's great having someone that you can consider eye candy when you're walking together. You can be proud of your significant other. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting that affection or that love or that attention that you get from sending a picture or a small video. And to piggyback, those little things throughout the day, you know, before you wake up, it's nice to wake up to a, hey, I love you, or hey, how did you sleep? Or, you know, something small like that. And, you know, me and Jessica, we get really used to doing stuff like that. And it never used to be that way. You know, we've had to work our way up to it, and we've had to get there. It's never a straight path when you're in a relationship. Life's going to throw you curveballs. Emotions are going to get in the way. Past relationship problems can get in the way. Trust issues can get in the way. There's a lot of things that can get in the way. However, if you are determined to make it work, it's going to work. You just have to have a little bit of faith. But again, those small things that people think might be not so big of a deal, they are a big deal. All those small things add up quite quickly. So, you know, the day you don't receive a good morning, you know, when it's out of character, or when your significant other is acting funny, when you know that that's a norm, it's a really easy way to, you know, trigger like, hey, you know, I didn't get a message or a phone call, you know, I wonder if something's up. Well, you know what? That comes into communication. Why don't you ask her what's wrong? This goes for both guys and gals, this video. This goes both ways. A relationship is a two-way street. It is a give and take on both sides. It is never one way. And I think a lot of people need to remember that. You know, chivalry is not dead. However, it has changed and adapted. So do I open the car door for Jessa? Yes, I have. You know, did I pay for her meal the first time? No, I didn't. And I told her that. I said, hey, it's, you know, this is going to be crazy, right? Some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, you didn't pay for her meal. But the first time we met, you know, I don't know you, you don't know me. It'd be nice to get to know you before was I going to pay for her meal? And I told her that. I said, hey, it's great that we're meeting. I'm very excited to meet you. And, but I'll pay for me and you pay for you, because right now we're just friends. We're not like that, right? So, you know, she was a little shocked. I think her friends were more shocked. They're like, whoa, what? Because they're so used to the guy doing everything. It wasn't the case with me. I'm very different. I grew up differently. I grew up in the country. I grew up where, you know, chivalry is still alive. You know, we open doors. We say, yes, ma'am, no, sir, thank you, have a nice day. But the one thing we were taught is that equality goes both ways. And it's very important that the right side respects, you know, the left side. And I knew I would have known right off the bat, if she was angry at me that I did not like pay for her meal, that would be a red flag for me. I don't want to be with someone like that. But she wasn't. She was, you know, very almost like happy about it. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like she was almost like very surprised, but she respected my upbringing, and that means a whole lot. Let's talk about social media. This is a big one. Social media is the devil, unless you have an account together. And I say this because there's going to be a lot of what ifs or questions. on the social media accounts. Is a girl liking your pictures or a guy liking her pictures? Facebook posts, hearts, emojis, all the crazy stuff, right? Cut and dry, get an account together. Your life will be much easier. And I promise you that. It takes some time learning this stuff, but it's true. You need to have an account together. It's gonna help you, and you're not eavesdropping. And yes, you trust each other, but I'm telling you, long distance relationships, it's a full time give and take. You have to trust, and with trust comes the social media aspect, because that is the world we live in, and there's a lot of things that happen, a lot of Snapchats, a lot of relationships destroyed. A lot of untrustworthy people. And I know everyone believes that they're with the most trustworthy person in the world, but it's not always that case. So do yourself a favor and get an account together, trust each other, have fun together, have a YouTube channel together, explore together, be together, do things together. You, of course, don't spend too much time together, but you can't, because this is a long distance relationship thing, right? Once me and Jessa move back together, we'll still do videos, but maintaining that relationship and stuff like that. Another a couple things is, be mindful of each other's schedules. I know we talked about that before, but that's just another thing I want to bring up. Be mindful of their schedules. Make time for the person that you care for. Make time for them. Again, those little things, they go a very long way. A lot of people don't like to believe it, but those things, they do go a long way. If just the small things too, giving a gift, sending flowers, giving a gift. In our case, it's a little hard to send gifts to Bahrain, except, when Jessa was here, she's just the type of person, she's such a giving person. She gave me gifts all the time. And of course, I took her out to eat all the time, and we had a lot of fun. We went all over, including with my parents, and that was pretty cool. And staying honest with each other is another big thing. I know it kind of touch bases all the time. All these little things kind of hit on the same idea, is be honest. Don't lie. If you really love that person, let them know what's going on. Let them know if you're having a hard time. Okay, it's just better off that way. These long distance relationships take work. They take work, and it's not always easy, and it's not always fun. But if you're really serious about that person, I think each individual person needs to figure out, are you serious about it? Is this the person? Have you met before? Do you talk all the time? And where do you think it's going to go? Do you have a goal? Do you have a same mindset as the person that you're talking to? So like with Jessa, I'm huge on goals, and I'm huge on attainable goals that you can attain. Okay, there's a lot of people who set unrealistic expectations and their goals. It's unrealistic. I'm going to fly and see you once every 2 months. And then you don't do it, and you're arguing, and you're like, oh, you never came and seen me. And set attainable goals. And those have to be attainable and realistic. These shouldn't be unrealistic goals that you cannot achieve, or it takes a massive amount of money to achieve, or stuff like that. Set attainable goals. It can be as simple as, we're going to talk once a day so we don't lose contact. We're going to read the Bible. We're going to read a couple verses every night together so we can maintain that connection. It's these small attainable goals. I'm going to send you a picture when I'm at the gym, not to prove that I'm at the gym, but to show you that I'm bettering myself for me and you. It's these small attainable goals that can mean a world of difference. And when you guys sync up your goals, you could be a powerful couple. A couple with goals and the same mindset on a life journey, they can do anything. And there is absolutely nothing that can stop them. And I think that's really important to understand, is there's nothing you can't do. There's no situation that you can't get out of, and there's nothing that can't be achieved. Your ambitions are yours alone. And if you're willing to achieve them, and your spouse or your significant other or your girlfriend or your boyfriend are on the same track as you, you're a power couple. There's nothing that can stop you. And you need to always have that mindset. You need to always think like that. Think about those goals. Think about achieving your goals. Think about everything you want. I'm not saying think it into existence, right? Because that's a different kind of concept. But I'm saying these goals that you set are attainable. Go after them. Be ambitious. Do it. I'll give you an example. I've been in the military for around 11 years, and a lot of us procrastinate with our degrees. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set a realistic goal. I'm gonna do 2 classes a semester, and I wanna see if I could knock my degree out in one year. I had around like 65 or 70 credits. I thought that was an attainable goal for me because I know myself. I know I'm ambitious. I know I'm independent, and I know that failure for me is not an option. So, I achieved my goal. I went there. I got on the honor roll. I got, an A average in my classes. I got on the dean's list, and I graduated with honors. I think it was magna cum laude, and I started my master's degree. And I want Jessa to do the same thing. And like I told her, I said, I know you're in a position where it's really hard to go to school right now, but when we get back into the United States, there's nothing that can stop you. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to things that you don't believe you can achieve. You can achieve anything. And with a long-distance relationship, that's just one of those things. It's not even an obstacle. You just have to learn how to work with it. You're not going to use a hammer to fix a pipe. You're going to, it's kind of like that. You're not going to pick up the wrong tool for the job. You need to understand the tools that you have available and use them. The internet, books. You've got Audible, which is great books. Talk to your significant other. All this stuff is things that you can use. These are just tips. These are just tricks. That I use to help us out, and this, like I said, it goes for guys and girls. I think the biggest thing to take from the conversation today in the video is have realistic expectations on your long distance relationship. Know the person you're getting involved with, and write down your goals. Write down what you guys want out of life and compare it. What do you want? Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to be a banker? Do you want to go to school? Where do you want to be in 3, 5, 10 years? Do your goals match up? Do you think the same? I'm telling you, don't be with somebody that doesn't think the same. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but if you guys are on the opposite ends of the spectrum, like for me, a relationship with a lazy person would never work. Never. Okay, so for me, my philosophy is it takes 2 to tango, right? It takes 2 to tango. 2 people, 2 people to raise a child. It takes 2 to make a child, and it takes 2 to run a household. 2 incomes are better than 1, and that's kind of how I like it. I like mutual help. If I'm getting help from her and I'm doing my job, there's nothing that can stop this, right? And that is the same for success and ambition. Again, it all comes down to thinking the same and doing things like that. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I didn't compile a list of things. I'm sorry. I was just speaking from my experience. And I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, again, smash that like button. I hope you do subscribe. Click the bell for the alerts. And thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you're here for the next video. Thank you.